Yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. That one goes for 24 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing deep here for Coleman. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there for L.A. 42 yards. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Myers connects on the PAT. 3 plays already in the end zone. That was quick.
We always talk about offenses understanding what they want to do before they go into a game, and they practice it. They have their script and the plays they want to open with. But defenses aren't just reactive. They have their own ideas as well. These ideas didn't get implemented very well. 3 plays and a touchdown. Already scored against them.
At their own 31-yard
line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call it student body right because you had everyone on that side, including a fullback leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 23.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. On 2nd and goal, Luck. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Golden Tate, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And the QB rating right now sky high, 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, there was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear.
Bravo. Yeah.
They'll look to throw here. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
He'll drop to throw. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards that time. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Coleman. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Malik Jackson there to make the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. These two teams all tied after 1. 2nd and 6. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Adam Shaheen. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
He's coming. We got double.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. On play action, they'll throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Down. 15, Lonnie. 15 line.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
Hey, Echo. Hurry. 5.
2nd and 11. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Hauschko with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. The Charger drive about to get going.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Now.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Yep. 50 seconds of Mike. Get it.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Completes it to Coleman.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 1st down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. That's complete to Meredith. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down. We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back to throw here. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
Here's Love. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Luck. He's got his man. This is Tate. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a first down throw. Luck. David Johnson here on the catch. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up second down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on third down, Luck. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the lock.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
The final shot before the break. Luck. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. From the gun on third down, Luck. He completes it to Tate. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. They create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 55 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They go to Johnson again. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Luck. He finds his man Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Lock on 3rd down. Open man is Kroom, the tight end. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout, but let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. On first down, Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 54 much.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. David Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Hauschka adds the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. He's letting it fly for Cooks. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for L.A. 56 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dance. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Cameron Meredith, his first touchdown on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First down, it's Long. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
From the gun, here's Love. And the catch made by Johnson. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A shotgun snap for Love. It's brought in left side by Tate. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, a 22.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Hauschka with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now this throw caught left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. That is caught. It's Perriman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Check pass. Check pass. Watch X3. 218. Chop. Hit.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Cameron Meredith, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Andrew Luck in the offense. Down by 10, a minute 12 to go. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery, but first things first. 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now it's Luck. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trey Flowers picks it, and they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Let's go, Beach. Big series right here. We got to step up. Go.
Henderson now on 1st and 10, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978.